Hello everybody, I'm gonna explain what happened to Bruce Willis and what to do and how to fix the problem. Um, I estimate like 5 minutes. The first of all, based on the pictures, he has a reddish face. That means blood pressure around 150, 160. If you add additional sign reddish eye whites, which I believe right here, they're kind of reddish. That means blood pressure is probably closer to 180. So blood pressure is very high. So what happened? Uh, High blood pressure is a sign of atherosclerosis, and atherosclerosis is blocked arteries. So part of his brain has a feeding artery which is partially blocked. Let's say, for example, 80% blocked. So can it be fixed? Possibly. So he has two big problems. The first problem is that the blockage of that part of brain, which is obviously should be fixed if possible. And the second problem, he has high blood pressure, so he can get a heart attack and stroke any second. I forgot to mention in the beginning that I'm not a doctor, so I'm just giving you my opinion, which is some people would say possibly wrong, which is fine with me. I'm just providing information. You believe it or not, it's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. So the problem is what we need to do. We need to unblock this artery. So how to do that? And we need to get his blood pressure to normal. There are 4 factors of high blood pressure, which atherosclerosis. There are 4 factors, so you need to handle 4 factors. One of them is saturated fat from meat, sugar and other high glycemic index carbs, high body fat, and also the 4th factor is strength training. So let's start with the first one is saturated fat. Saturated fat should be eliminated completely from his diet. So no meat, no butter, no milk, no cottage cheese unless it says it has 0 fat. Fish is less harmful than meat, let's say 10 times less. Or the best source of protein is whey protein isolate. That's the best source of protein. So I would suggest only eat that. Only eat whey protein isolate. So eliminating meat, high glycemic index carbs should be eliminated, and from the I would suggest, considering the big problem, eating carbs only, eating lentils which are not cooked. Just you keep them in water for a couple hours. That's it. That's the only carbs he should eat. About body fat, which is 4th factor, his body fat based on that picture is about 25%. He needs to get his body fat to 10%. And about strength training, that's the 4th factor. He should not do any strength training until his blood pressure goes down to 130. And even after that, he should probably go to doctor and get his approval for strength training. So getting back to, I'm gonna repeat 4 factors: the saturated fat from meat mostly, eliminating sugar and the high glycemic index carbs, and decreasing body fat to 10%. Now about probability of fixing that problem with brain, which is called, I believe, Aphasia, I don't know how to pronounce it. The question is, if the artery in brain clogged completely or not. If it's clogged completely, that part of brain is completely dead and cannot be restored. But let's hope it's not completely blocked. So if it's blocked, let's say, like I said, if it's blocked by 80%, that means it's reversible, I believe. That means that part of brain will function okay. That's pretty much it. And that's not just about Bruce Willis. That's about 95% of population of United States. If you have blood pressure which is over normal blood pressure is 120/80 or less. So if your blood pressure, let's say 121 or 81, that means you have high blood pressure and you have to start worry about it before it's too late. That's it. One more time, I'm not a doctor, so whatever I'm saying is my personal opinion, and it should be talked about with doctors. But